day, Kendrick. Outside. Whew, soaking in nature. And I decided that I wanted to do a couple of spreads today because I have been spending some time these past couple of days reflecting and feeling some kind of way about some of the things that I've been learning spiritually and about our consciousness. And what I've learned is that we are the consciousness. We are who makes our reality what our reality is. The other day I was trying to do a live on the topic of what you believe and think is what you attract to you. And I took my headphones off. And when I took my headphones off, the sound went out. So, this is actually along that lines also about us being consciousness. And we create our reality through our own consciousness, which is the same thing. What you believe and think is what you manifest. So if you think in negative, you're going to manifest negative results. If you think in positive, you're going to manifest positive results. So, I figured I'd do a spread. This is the only card that came out. And it says ripple effect at the top, and intention. The intention behind actions is far-reaching and at times very impactful. The frequency of your action is then matched and echoed throughout time. Be mindful of the power behind your thoughts, decisions, and actions. So that goes great with what I just was saying, that what you believe and what you think is what you attract to yourself. And I've been thinking on this subject for the past few days because years ago when I became spiritually aware of myself, I had came to that realization. And then Proverbs 4 and 23 tells you the exact same thing. So, no matter what we're thinking, no matter what we're feeling, no matter what our heart's intentions are, that is the vibratory frequency that we're putting out into the universe. And the universe is going to respond to it, whether it's negative or positive. It's a ripple effect. And the universe also knows the difference between the heart and the mind's intention. So if you are intending on, so the rising of the Phoenix is what keeps being at the bottom of the deck. It says expansion. You have risen from the ashes through your strength and determination. Now is the time to spread your wings. This is a new chapter and transition time for you. The old version of you has died off and no longer exists. A new beginning is here to usher in high vibrational energy that is fiery and expansive. So, it seems as if I'm creating the reality of this consciousness, awareness, manifestation. What you thinking and believing and is what you attract to you. These cards is giving us that energy. I'm creating that energy. So let's see what angel messages we get from the angel power wisdom cards. Let's see what angel messages we get. So, rising of the phoenix, you have died off. The old you has died off, and the new you is passionate and expanding. This is a new reality, a new way of being, a new way of doing. Accept who you are, because you know you are destined for greatness. Accept who you are, and now you live and move out of that. I realized the other day that I am no longer on the timeline that I was on. Intentions. It says, intention is the creative power that fulfills our dreams. As your will, so is your destiny. Intentions. So intentions. We have intentions on two different cards, two separate cards. And this other card at the bottom, it says a surprise is on the horizon. Expect a nice surprise. So, as I was saying, I had decided that where I am currently living, I have grown or expanded beyond this place and this timeline. This next card says gratitude. Pray for what you need, but be grateful for what you have already received. So I'm saying that to say I'm grateful for where I am, because I ended up here due to an argument between me and my son, and I was put out in the streets with nowhere to go, and I had to sleep in my car for a day or so, and then I was able to find this place, but I was staying in a hotel until I was able to get into this place. So the timeline that I was on at that time, I'm no longer on that timeline. I'm no longer in that reality. I am in a whole new space, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and now physically. I will be moving on to a new space, to live in a different reality, to live on the path of being who I know that I'm supposed to be. And it's such a great, great feeling. It's such a great feeling. I have so much gratitude in my heart for all of my spiritual lessons, all of my healing, emotionally, mentally. And another thing that I've learned about us healing and being able to live our true, authentic self is that we have to heal our inner child. The things that happened to us that created vibratory frequencies that remained in our DNA from traumatic experiences, emotional experiences. And I've literally been doing that. I literally, years ago, when I first began my spiritual journey, when I became spiritually aware of who I am. I'm not going to even say journey because it's a lifelong thing. And I know journey is a lifelong thing, but there's been a lot of awareness or teachings and knowledge being spread on the subject. So I feel like spiritual journey is cliche. Even spiritual awakening. I feel like all of these things are becoming cliche. But spiritual awareness, becoming spiritually aware of who you are, who you belong to, where you came from, and where you're going. So in these past few days, I've learned so much more about myself. Deep-rooted issues that I didn't even know were there. Things that I recalled years ago when I became spiritually aware of myself and healed. I didn't realize that there's more to it. There's more layers to it. Like, there's so many more layers. Apologies for that car. But once you realize that you have inner healing, inner wounds, inner emotions that you took on as a kid, and until you let go of those, you're only going to manifest out of fear. You're only going to manifest out of stagnation. You're only going to have the reality that you're living out of limitation because of the beliefs that's attached to all of those emotional wounds and trauma that you've carried in your system as a child into your early adulthood, into your right now adulthood. It doesn't matter how old you are. So I just wanted to come and share that with you guys. Just a little bit of awareness of self. Great day, Kendrick.